Hi, my lovely people. This is your guy, Minister Sir. Keep watching SAMTV. Your life will never be the same again. Stay blessed.
I go by the name Call Me Nazareth, aka Back to the Sender, aka Me Breaky, and you're watching SAMTV. You know what it is, yo. Keep it locked and don't change that dial. You are too needed to be wasted. Bless you.
Sibere number 1 abesiniko, otumfo number 1 abesiniko, kantanka number 2, number 3 betwim. Yesu Christo dear own da oya number 1. The name is Pastor Bright Gold Mensa. Keep on watching SAMTV and your life will never be the same. Bless you.
All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We thank God for how far He has brought us as a world. Thank you for joining us on SAMTV. My name is Benedicta, and this is the BA Show. Last week, we were privileged to have a powerful woman of God, Minister Georgina Akomia, who talked to us about who the Holy Spirit is and who He is to the world and some of the functions He performs in our lives as Christians. Today, we have a great personality, an actor. I'm sure most of you might know him, who is going to talk to us about what a talent is and how we can nurture our talents. Welcome, Anthony Wood. Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, too, for joining us on SAMTV, the BA Show. Can you tell us what a talent is? What is a talent?
Wow, that was just straight to the point.
Yes, it was.
Okay, talent. Talent is a characteristics about ourselves that differentiates us from someone else. You know, talent is basically something that you possess.
Okay.
Which is different from what I possess. Okay. That differentiates you from me. It's a characteristic of you, different from me.
It means two people can't have one talent.
No,
maybe they can have one talent, but the way they would go about it.
We both could have the same talent, okay, but you could notice it that this is my talent. That's that characteristics that differentiates me from any other person. Okay. Like it makes me stand out from any other person.
So it's basically something that you do, a skill.
Yeah.
That would make you stand out.
I won't say talent is a skill. It becomes a skill after you have nurtured it.
Okay.
But talent is it's more of something you feel at ease doing. Oh, wow. Something you don't have to stress yourself doing. To do. Yeah, you don't even realize you're doing it, but you're doing it. Yeah.
Right, in our world today, we have different types of talents, and we seem to characterize people as masculine and then feminine, or male and female under some given talents. So I would like to know if there are talents for masculine and then talents for feminine.
Okay, yeah, but personally, this is the first time of me hearing a masculine talent, something like masculine and feminine talent. What I know personally is that talent cut across. Okay, it cuts across. We don't actually have a particular talent that's for feminine and a particular talent that's for masculine.
All right. So it means ladies can play football, ladies can play
basketball,
that's
why we have the female football team in Ghana. All across the world, we have the male football team. That's why you can see someone who can dance, a lady can dance, a guy can also dance too. Even sometimes, even the ladies even dance than the guys. You know? Yeah, that's it.
All right, so what are the differences between talents and skills? Are there any difference? What can you differentiate between the two, a talent and then a skill?
Okay, a talent, like I said earlier, is a characteristics. A talent is when it is something in you, it's something that you have, you can do at ease. Okay. It's something you don't lose track when doing. But as it becomes a skill after you have nurtured it, after probably you have gone to school to acquire knowledge about it, to understand your talent, to be able to build your talent. Okay. That is when it becomes a skill. When you have developed it. Yes, when you have developed that talent. Okay. But talent is, there are a lot of people who have talent and don't even realize they have talent.
Yes.
It's in them. They know, okay, my talent is it, but it's not a skill because they have not developed it. It's not necessarily going to school to study. You can sit at the comfort of your home and develop your talent.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you give us some examples, a few examples of what a talent, of some talents, few examples of some talents that we have?
Yes, you can have some, someone could say my talent is acting, my talent is writing, my talent is public speaking, talent could be dancing, talent could be a whole lot.
Singing and all that. So can you tell us how one can discover his or her talents? Probably we have people who work, they don't have anything doing, yet we all believe that everyone has a talent. So how can the person know that I have this talent, and how can the person discover that talent?
You know, that is one of the most difficult things when it comes to talent.
Okay.
People really find it hard discovering their talent. Personally, I didn't go through the steps to discover talent, personally. But after I discovered it in another way, I then realized, okay, what the steps that talks about how you discover your talent, it's actually right.
Okay.
Okay, when you want to discover your talent, you first have to cast your mind back. What actually thrilled you when you were a child? What actually you realize when you were 9 years old, you like doing, you could like to do. There's some people, they just take a pen, you can see write, you can see a kid with a pen and then just sketching. You don't even know what they're sketching. Saying,
you have some kids that play with sand,
you know,
they
like
clay,
yes,
they build houses with them and all that.
You know, what actually thrilled you when you were a child, what you actually were doing most often when you were a child, when you cast your mind back. When I was young, I remembered that I used to act in church.
Okay.
I used to act in church. It never occurred to me. After when I realized, okay, this is my talent, acting, then I cast my mind back and I was like, okay, I used to act in church. That was something I used to do. I used to act in church. So it was something I used to do. So that is what thrilled me when I was a child. And then when you try to cast your mind back, like the second point is what you do.
Yes.
And you lose track and you don't even know you've lost time. For instance, my talent is acting. And I'm actually developing another talent, which is writing.
Wow.
So I can sit down and start writing, and I can start writing from 5 a.m. and say, okay, when it's 7, I'll stop. But before I realize, it's 12 p.m.
And you keep writing.
And I'm still writing. And I don't even feel for food. I don't feel for anything. That is how to discover your talent. Something you can do at ease, and then you don't feel disturbed, you don't feel down, you don't feel, yes, that is how to discover your talent.
Okay.
You know?
Not to cut you short, but you just mentioned something. You said your talent is acting.
Yeah.
You've been able to discover and develop upon it. It's now your skill.
Yeah.
And now you realize that you have another talent, which is writing.
Yeah.
So does that mean that one person can have 2 or more talents?
Yes, people can have multiple talents. That's why some people call themselves, I am multipotent, or I am multi-talented.
Multi-purpose.
Multi-purpose. Yes, you can have a talent in acting, you can have a talent in writing, and you can have a talent in probably maybe public speaking.
Okay.
Okay. So and you see, most of the talent we get to discover our talent after we have discovered one. That is when we discover the next one, and then we discover the next one. That is how it is. You can't discover the 2 at once. You discover one, and then as time goes on, and then when you nurture one and you are comfortable, it becomes a skill. And then I think I'm good at this. And then, okay. And then you begin to nurture that too, and then it becomes a talent and a skill. And then people start to call themselves, I am multi-talented. Yes.
So your talents, which you have told us, you are an actor. You act movies, drama, plays, and a whole lot. So how did you discover, at what age were you able to discover that, yes, my talent is acting? And what things did you put in place to nurture that talent in you?
Okay, I discovered acting was my talent, like I said earlier, not when I was young, but that was way back 2010 when I discovered acting is part of me, as a talent. It's something I could do. it's something I could just sit down and then just create something in my head. I could just get up and just start acting right now.
Wow.
I can easily cry. I can easily just
Easily
switch my
cry?
mood. Yeah, I can easily cry. I can.
Can you cry now?
I can cry right now, but
Sorry,
no,
not
we just have
now.
to say that. But I discovered my talent as acting in 2010, and then I never really took it serious,
Okay.
but I was just enjoying it. That is something I enjoy doing
Okay.
until I began to nurture it, and then my talent became a skill.
Wow. So now that is your skill.
Yes, so it's now
You
a
don't have
skill.
any difficulty.
Yeah, I don't have
doing.
I don't have difficulty.
So
doing
as you're
it. I can-
sitting here, I just saw you. Anthony begin to cry. You can just cry.
Yes, I can cry.
Wow.
No, do you want me to cry?
No, not now, please. Okay, thank you so much. And I would like to know some of the movies you have acted so
Okay.
far. But before that, when you discovered your talent,
Okay.
you said that was in, let's say, 2010. Where did you start it from? Did you start it in church dramas? Did you
Okay,
start it
okay.
in your house? Did you start it in school?
Okay,
How were you able to start it, and now you are able to act
Okay,
movies
okay.
that we watch?
When I discovered my talent, I went for an audition, a movie audition. The story behind it is a whole lot. I will save it for another time. But if you want me
Okay.
to say, I could just
You can
rush through.
summarize it.
I can start. Okay, I went to the audition basically to go and find out if people are really paying to be auditioned,
Okay.
and then just question the producers that why are you taking money? And I went for the audition, and I was asked to audition. I went through the audition, and they said I'm good, and I was taken, and that was it. So during that time, I actually was able to nurture my talent, as in I didn't start acting in church actually, but
Okay.
I started acting in church when I was young, of which
Okay.
I didn't know. But
You
when
didn't
I
know it was a
discovered,
talent. When you
it was
discovered
through film.
Okay.
It was through
Movies.
film, movies. So I started from movies. Then I came to stage,
Okay.
stage dramas. And then I said, okay, stage drama. So, okay, stage drama, I can do it in church. So I started
Doing
in
it in
church,
church,
from
yeah.
Royal House, Chapel International, and I went to Trinity Baptist. I was about starting with them, but it was actually slow.
Okay.
And I came to House of Miracle, and I've been doing that at other churches in Nungwa, in Teshi, and all that. So I basically do directing for churches at most places. Yeah.
So how were you able to combine all that? Let's say you started acting, doing the dramas and all that in churches. How did it feel like knowing that this is my talent? And how did it feel like when you started it? Were you happy? Did you have some difficulties or challenges? How was the feeling from the very start?
From the very start, it was tough because trying to make yourself better is difficult.
Yes.
Trying to nurture your talent is very difficult. Some people actually give up, and then that's why sometimes there are some people who have talents, but they've not been able to nurture their talent to skill. And some people are actually benefiting from their talent, from their skill now.
Yes.
Some people are feeding themselves and their family from their talents. So my talent actually, I would say, during my whole process when I started acting and all that, it was sort of difficult. Okay, sort of difficult, but with God, I was able to go through and nurture my talent. And now today, that is a skill I have now. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of the movies that you have acted so far? Can you tell us some of the movies you have acted so far?
Okay, I've acted in Announcement. Announcement, a movie Announcement is on Iroko TV.
Okay.
It's online, Iroko TV, so viewers can check it out on Iroko TV.
Okay.
I have a short film, Bittersweet Wine, which is on YouTube. Bittersweet Wine, it's a
Yes.
short film. If you
We
just
heard
type
about that.
Bittersweet Wine, when you search on YouTube, you find it. I have another one, Hello December. It's a
Yes,
short
Hello
film
December.
on YouTube. You can find it. I was in a series, Living with Trisha.
Okay.
That was showing on Vasat One. It's a Ghanaian television
Is there a
station.
series?
Yes, a series. It's a
yeah.
series.
Has it ended or still?
Vasat One was sold. was
Oh,
sold
yeah,
out.
sure.
So yes, I was in another series which was running on TV3, Breaking Dawn. TV series. I also acted. There's a series running right now on Max TV, Ashes of the Past.
Wow.
I have some couple of stuff, a lot of stuff in there.
So how do you feel now when you began nurturing your talent to become a skill? I'm sure you didn't know you would get this far.
I knew I would get this far, but I didn't know how I would get this far. I didn't know when I would get there. But you see, sometimes you just have to envision it.
Yes.
You just have to envision it. That's why a prophet of mine, Prophet Samson Amwatin said, you need to prophesy. Just say it. I will be great. So I used to see myself there. I used to see myself. I'm not there yet, but I am still climbing.
Still climbing.
Because where I was a few years ago is
it's
not where I am now.
Yes. So you believe you are going to
yes,
be greater than
greater.
this in some few years.
Yes, greater than this, yes.
Wow. So how do you see yourself now? When you started, it wasn't this great, and now you are climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
And when you look down to where you started from, and you look at where you are now, how do you feel? What do you have to tell us? How exciting it is?
I feel great, but I feel a lot of pressure. Yes, because people are beginning to look up to you. People are beginning to call you their mentor.
Wow.
People are beginning to call you their role models. People are beginning to give you tags.
Yes.
You know, give you tags with certain names. People start calling you, hey, superstar, hey, star.
Everyone is just looking up to you.
Yes, so it's giving you a lot of pressure. Now, one, you need to be more careful about what you wear. You need to be more careful about what you say.
Even how you walk.
How you walk. And all that. It's not about you pretending, but now you need to begin to pay attention to yourself. Because right now you are actually living on a path where you are beginning to inspire people.
Yes.
You are beginning to motivate someone. So you can't just get up and then wear just anything, say just anything, or just do just anything.
And I want today to just blow up on social media.
You just blow up on social media. You get it? So I feel a lot of pressure. It feels great that, okay, this is what I want to do, and then I'm actually climbing, and you walk in town and people see you. There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure because sometimes somebody will see you just by the roadside and say, you two, you stand by the roadside. Or, it comes with the pressure. It comes with certain sort of pressure, you know.
They begin to see you
you see somebody.
And they expect you to.
Yes, you see somebody driving in a big car and you are walking and the person say, I'm inspired by you and I'm driving a Benz.
And you're walking on foot.
That is the pressure. But, you know, everything takes time. Everything, we just believe that everything takes from one step to another. Okay. Yeah, so that's basically.
That's insightful.
Yeah.
Looking at some of the movies you have acted so far, for example, one that made you have an award. Well, you had an award last year?
Yes, I had an award, Golden Short Film, Golden Short Movie of the Year. That's Golden Movie Awards.
Okay.
It's an African awards.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So some of the movies you've acted, you are a Christian. I would like to link this to some people out there who feel that their talents cannot be recognized in the church, or probably some of the talents that they are nurturing or they have discovered to become great in future are looked down as Christians. We know you to be a very great Christian. You go to church, you believe in the gospel, you believe in prophecies, you believe in the word of God, you believe, you have faith, you worship God, you praise God and all that. And some of the movies you've acted, for example, let's say The Bittersweet Swine, which we all have watched. We have all the kissing and all the romance inside. Can you tell us how you're able to link that in our world today, in the culture that we are in as Christians? Yeah. How do you see yourself? You come to church and then the same people, they go to watch the movie. And our culture today will tell us that you can't be going to church and then be acting such a movie. How are you able to combine your faith and then the movies that you act?
Okay, that was a very deep question.
It is.
When you talk about movies is more of telling stories. You are preaching. It's not just when you want to look deep into filmmaking is about preaching. You are preaching to people, but it depends on who exactly is doing the preaching. I don't know if you get me.
I do.
We have movies which preach motivation. We have movies which preach love.
Yes.
We have a movie which preaches other stuff. Most of the movies, for instance, Bittersweet Wine, you're talking about That I Kiss, or probably any other movie that I kiss. When you watch the movie, you are telling a story. And to make the story believable, you, an audience or a viewer needs to find themselves in that movie. That is what the story requires. And it has to be done for you to be able to understand the story. For instance, if the story talks about a husband and a wife, and at times we feel that not only the sense of touch shows love, but the feeling of bonding, you know, as a man and woman, shows that, okay, there is love. You get it? We are trying to, when you're telling a story, you need to make the audience find themselves in it.
You have to access just the way it is.
But the kissing and all that doesn't really mean it's a wrong thing, a wrong film or something. Okay, if you want to go deep, someone might, but I personally feel you're telling a story. And most of the times, it depends on what the film says at the end.
Okay.
What the film says at the end. You need to take your time, watch the film, and then listen to what the film is preaching at the end. Some films preach positive at the end.
Yes.
Definitely there are films you don't even get meaning at the end. You watch a film and then you just watch the film and then you just enjoy the film from beginning to end, and then, oh, nice film. But when they ask you, what message did you get? You don't get any message. But most of the films you, like for instance, Bittersweet Wine, I was preaching about cheating, the effects of cheating, how cheating could affect one's relationship.
Okay.
That a guy wanting to propose to his girlfriend, proposed marriage to his girlfriend, but because of cheating, he actually ended up not proposing at all. So that is the message. You get it? So yes, so I am actually, even though I'm not preaching the gospel, but I'm preaching the gospel because I'm preaching about cheating. You know, you understand what I mean?
I do.
Yeah, so in order to tell the story, there are certain things that must be part of it to tell the story. Yes.
Right, thank you very much, Anthony Wood.
Yeah.
Talking about Bittersweet Wine, audience and viewers, thank you for joining us on SAMTV, the BA show. This is Anthony Wood, an actor. Bittersweet Wine, kindly relax and watch a bit of the ad.
Yeah. Pray. Yeah, be the thing before. No. I know they hear a reminder. Won't watch and dream the Jaida. No attention divider. Free and no pay ko see and I just share your wo. Me say your wo. The free so do. Won't watch and dream na she me trimma. Who do ye na ye me say yes. Won't watch and dream na she me trimma.
Hi, boo. What is wrong?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what? Just drive back home. I'll go back in there. I will not let you ruin my day.
Hey, come on. Be patient. Huh? Come on, allow me to prank you a bit. Close the door. Come on, close the door. Close the door. Now I'm losing that face, bad day girl. Come on, losing that face. Losing that face, bad. Losing that face. Losing that face. Oh, come on, losing that face.
Okay, I have.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you.
Wow.
Happy birthday to you.
Wait, let me snap this.
May God bless you now.
Yeah.
May God bless you now. May God bless you now. May God bless you now.
Oh.
Hey, Pepe.
Hooray. Thank you so much.
All right. So now I got you something. Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
What?
Yeah, just close your eyes. I got you something.
Oh, please, give me a break. Yuck. Don't be so old-fashioned.
Okay. All right, fine. Yeah. Uh-huh. Now, here we go.
Oh, it looks good. Wow. Oh, this is so beautiful. Wow. Liliana, how did you put this together?
You like it?
I love it. This is so nice.
I got good taste, you know.
I am not your ex-girlfriend. So stop making me feel like someone you've once loved.
I thought you would say thank you before.
Whatever.
You amaze me, you know. You could have at least.
Can I help you?
Who is this?
Can I have my phone?
You disgust me. Sleeping around with anything in trousers?
So you call me a prostitute now?
Is that what you are?
Excuse me.
You can only leave after you've explained everything to me.
There's nothing to explain.
Oh. I see. Huh? So this is the reason why you canceled our date yesterday, because you had to meet some stupid dude for some stupid reason? Sex?
There you go again. Drawing conclusions here and there.
Then tell me. Huh? I give you everything. I don't make you ask.
Really? Not even trust. Not even a bit of it. James, I won't have you insult and disrespect me. I need my space. And don't you ever come knocking on my door or texting my phone.
Really?
Yes, really.
All right, so that was Bitter Sweet Wine with our actor, honorable actor Anthony Wood. We are sorry we had to cut it short. If you'd like to watch the whole movie, you can go to YouTube and then just type in the search button, Bitter Sweet Wine.
Yeah,
right?
Bitter Sweet Wine.
Bitter Sweet Wine, and then you can watch the movie, and I'm sure you are going to love it. So, Anthony Wood, what's your next movie that's about to premiere, about to show?
Oh, okay. I have this. There's this movie, Watch Dogs.
Okay, Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. Yeah, Watch Dogs. It's premiering 3rd of March.
Okay.
That's at Global Cinemas. And the rate is a cool 30 CDs. So
Cool 30
everybody,
everyone can just...
Yeah, cool 30 CDs. You can start saving from now. So one CD.
One CD, yeah,
Before then, I'm sure you get something. Yes,
Okay,
but
so
that's my next
movie coming up. So what role are you playing? Is
Okay,
it
I played a lead role,
a lead role?
but I played a role of a kidnapper.
A kidnapper?
Yeah, we actually preaching again.
Okay.
That we're preaching about a whole lot of stuff. I want to save it so that when you come and you watch and then you see what we're preaching. Yeah, but I played the role of a kidnapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you very much. So in nurturing your talent a few years back, when you began to nurture your talent for it to become a skill, can you tell us one practical example that you feel that maybe we have people who are watching us, we might have somebody who started nurturing his talent and then he hit something, he failed, or his head hit the wall, and he realized that no, I failed at this, so I can't move on anymore. So can you tell us a practical example in your life that you feel that where you began to nurture your talents?
I quite remember when I began to nurture my talent. That was when I was doing a personal rehearsal always. I had this group of people. I used to go to La Paz where we do rehearsal. And there was something I was very weak at when I started nurturing my talent, like trying to build my acting. I realized that there was something I was weak at crying. So I had to be better because when you're acting, there's one secret about me that when I act anytime, I try to add emotions to it. That is what drives me, emotions. Okay. So I realized, okay, there's something left out for my acting, so I had to practice how to cry, how to have emotions. I remember I used to set time for myself that I want to be able to cry within 5 minutes. And then within 5 minutes when I don't cry and I feel, oh God.
You feel down.
No, I feel so down. I feel like I failed, you know, but I kept trying. I kept trying. Then I set myself 3 minutes. I try. I bid time. I try 2 minutes. I bid time. 1 minute. I bid time. So now, before 1 minute, I can cry.
Wow.
Yes, I can be here right now and cry. Less than some few seconds.
So
30
I'm
seconds.
looking at you. It's amazing.
I know.
You can just cry.
Yeah, people will say actors are fake people, you know. But sometimes our emotions are real, you know. Sometimes our emotions are real. But that was something I failed at. I failed at trying to learn how to cry. I failed at it. I remember in the group we had a competition of who can cry first, who can drop a tear first. I realized
I'm sure you won that.
I won. Because I had nurtured myself. I failed. But when it was time to stand on the big stage, I stood out because I nurtured it. So that was something I failed at, but eventually I was able to.
It became a positive activity.
A positive activity, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. So talking about the Watch Dogs, his upcoming movie, we have the teaser I would like to show you. Kindly wait and watch it. All right, so Anthony Wood, we have something. We would like you to tell us one thing that you succeeded at. After telling us one thing that you feel that, which was crying, it has became a positive activity that is helping you a lot. Your emotions are helping you a lot in your movie acting. That's driving you. Can you tell us one thing that when you began to nurture your gift, one thing that you succeeded at?
Okay, I quite remember that during nurturing my talent, I realized that there was something that I had to actually build or make better, that was having confidence. I couldn't stand in front of people to talk. I couldn't stand in front of people to say certain things.
You're the shy type.
Funny enough, I've never said this anywhere, but I'm going to say it here first. I used to stammer. Can you believe that?
I can't believe it. You don't look like it.
I used to stammer. I remember way back in GSS, I used to stammer in GSS. Wow. I was stammering. So because of that, I don't talk.
Was it very severe?
It was severe, but most of my friends didn't know. Because I just didn't want to let it out. So I wasn't contributing to
class?
Conversations where you have arguments, and you know that when you are young, this one is talking. I don't talk because when I'm going to talk, I have to stay for a while before talking. But I started singing, not singing like a nice voice or something, but I started listening to music and I was able to do away with it. But anytime it comes to mind, it kind of dampens my spirit, reduces my confidence level. So during the time I was nurturing my talent, I said, that is one thing I know I will fail at. So I need to build on it. I need to be able to stand out from it. So I started learning how to be confident. So I stand in front of my mirror and I talk like I'm talking to an audience, and I I talk to an audience. I can call my mom and my sisters and tell them to sit down, and I talk in front of them and all that. I can just be talking to my friends and I tell them, oh, imagine I'm in front of people on a stage. This is what I'll do. So you just watch and then judge me. Then I start. And then they're like, oh, okay. So I was actually building my confidence, but people didn't know. So that was how I built my confidence. And today I can stand somewhere, even though the stage fright, but
you have been able to build upon this. You can control it.
I can control it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So looking at your other talents, which you have just discovered, we have people who probably might have one talent, it ends up becoming their skill. And then they discover another talent, something that they are good at. In nurturing it, they might let go of the one that they have first and then focus on the one that they have next, they have found secondly. So looking at your new talent, which is writing, are you going to let go of the acting when you develop on your writing talent for it to become a skill? Are you going to let go of the acting?
You know, when I was able to develop acting to be a skill, now I have jumped from just making it a skill into making it a profession.
Oh.
So you get it?
Now a profession.
So now it's a profession. So now acting is a profession. So I'm an actor. Sorry, I'm an actor. So now I have discovered writing. Writing is not yet a profession.
Okay.
So I can act and still be writing, but there's no way it can distort the acting, because now the acting has jumped from the talent.
It's become part and parcel. It's become a life you are living.
Yes, now it has gotten to the final stage, which is the profession. And now the talent is now trying to get out of the talent box into the skill box.
Okay.
So before we get to the profession, then I'm so at ease with acting. So when it falls in, there will be no distortion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we are in a country where Ghana, let's say for example, Ghana, what are some of the things you would like to give us, or what are some of the things that you would like to say for we Ghanaians, or let's say, for example, the government, some of the recommendations that they can put in place for people to develop their talents? For example, someone has a talent of being an engineer, but doesn't have the ways and means, or let's say the country, for example, is not providing certain things. So what are some of the recommendations or some of the advice you can give to the nation as a whole to help people develop their talents?
I think the government is doing well. Because I don't know, I guess now there's this, I don't know, you call it, whether it's a time during teaching when they have this creative art. Is it creative art or
I think some schools have it on Fridays where if you want to become a doctor or you have the talents of being a carpenter, they wear the attire to school and all that. I think that has been started.
That is something the government should actually look at, because when you're a child, that is when you begin to find your talent. That's when, but we don't actually know that's our talent until it gets to, we get to a certain age. But at that time, that is when we feel, that's where some people say, oh, I want to be a doctor. Yes. I feel personally there should be, if it's a 1 hour or 2 hour session where in schools you could have maybe talent time or talent something. So kids who have the talent of singing who come stand in front of the class and sing. People who have talent of acting come and stand and act. People who can draw, who come and draw in front of the class, sketch maybe their teacher or do something. You are building their talent. Because we are in a developing country. And when you say developing country, it means anything you pick up, you can make a living out of it. Yes. If I just pick up plantain chips, people have been selling plantain chips on the street. If I take it and I brand it as like SAMTV plantain, and I begin to sell it, I'm making a living out of it.
Yes.
Because I can make something. So that's what it says about developing countries. So our talents can actually fetch us revenue, finance, a living, you know. So I feel personally there should be a segment, like not like a segment, but a time, maybe an hour, 30, yeah, so that the kids could actually show off their talent. That way, it begins to run in their minds that, okay, this is what I'm good at, so this is my talent. So it helps them to be able to discover talents earlier. So personally, that's what I think.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have now, in our world today, 21st century, we have some people, for example, someone is in school, he knows that senior high school, he starts senior high school, entertainment periods, he realizes that he can rap and he's wasting his time in school. So you have most people who become school dropouts because they feel that they being in school is not helping them develop their talents, and they feel that they can just drop out of school and then focus on whatever they want to do. Some people want to be carpenters, they're fitters and all that. They just want to just drop out of school. They don't want to go to school. They said, I want to do this. What advice do you have to give them? Is school very important for such people who think that they don't need school or education to develop their talents? What advice do you have for them?
I remember I went to talk to some youth at Presby Church at Osu.
Okay.
And they asked me the same question. Some youth were like, there's one guy, I can't remember his name, but he told me that he can sew. And he's done with senior high school. So why should he think of finishing school, university, when he knows that he can sew and make a living and take care of his family and all that? And then, at that time, the guy said that and it hit me because he was actually talking about the fact that what if he doesn't have the means to go to school? And then quickly I said, okay, for that aspect, there's an excuse for that. But personally, I feel if you have a talent, it doesn't guarantee you to drop out of school.
Okay.
We are living in a modern world now. Things are evolving. Everything is becoming social media,
yes,
online. We're having TVs, online. People are having online marketing. Yes. Everything is going online. If you didn't finish school, you drop out of school, how do you read? How are you able to sign a contract? How are you able to read and understand that this contract, when the contract says binding, how do you understand what binding is? Do you
Even
have to?
In sewing, you need the mathematics.
Yes,
to be able to
you can be sewing, and then you have a big contract from someone, from a company. You have to sew for them every Friday for Friday wears, and then you have to sign a contract. And the contract you have to sign, there are things in there. You dropped out of school, so you don't understand.
So
sorry.
Looking at
do you have to call someone, to pay someone to translate for you?
No.
Before you are able to sign the contract? Education is key.
Education
is key. Education is so much important. So personally, I feel dropping out of school is not advisable. It's better off if you go further. Now, SS is not sort of the limit. You have to finish tertiary. Make sure you finish tertiary. So I told that guy, okay, now start with the sewing. Start with the fashion designing you want to do. Build it, make money from it, and go to school.
Go back to school.
Yes. And go to school.
Thank you so much. So, viewers, thank you for joining us on SAMTV. It is the BA show with Anthony Wood. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us. Our last but one question, how are you able to combine your schooling? Right now you are studying in school. How are you able to combine it and then your profession, your talent, which has now become a profession? How are you able to combine the two?
It's not easy, but with God, I've been able to go through it. Because sometimes I do have problems, missing class, or understanding certain things. But glory be to God, I have colleagues in class who actually admire me. And, and then in school, when they say they like your matter,
Yes.
you understand? Yeah, like they actually get me notes, get me pamphlets, keep me updated.
You have that connection.
Yes,
with
I
them.
have. Yes, so they keep me updated when I miss class and all that. And it's been good so far because I did diploma. I started acting way back, so I was able to blend it because I started acting when I was doing. I did my first diploma course.
Okay.
So in marketing, and I went to do another diploma in public relations, and now I'm doing a degree in public relations. So it's been, so it's something I've been doing for long. So I kind of don't have a problem now.
Wow.
I'm able to blend
Even
it
though it's
well.
a profession that you do, you still find the time to
Yes.
learn in order to pass your
yes,
examinations
I do,
and all that.
I do.
Our last question, what is
Okay.
the advice you have for parents of today?
Okay.
We have parents who see their only nice talents to be the doctor. Their children tell them, I want to be a doctor, they like it. I want to be a nurse, they like it. Air hostess, they like it. But there are other parents who neglect their children when they realize that their children have the talent of carpentry. They have the talent to sew. They want to be a fitter. And then they neglect that, and the children begin to have their spirits dampened. What do you have to tell such parents?
Personally, I would like to tell those parents that when you discover that this is something your child actually finds interest in, help them nurture it. Don't force them to do or take up a profession you want them to take up. You can help them by providing them with the necessary things they need to be able to nurture that talent.
That talent.
And at the same time, still you can still, you know, parents are hard. Some parents will tell you, no, I want you to be a doctor, and you have to be a doctor.
Yes.
But if you want to put that as a force on your child, then I feel you can talk to your child about being a doctor, but also help your child in also nurturing his talent.
Yes.
Because it should be a 50-50 thing. Let your child, your son or your daughter, enjoy doing what you want them to do by giving them opportunity to do what they want to do.
So it's a two-sided thing.
Yes. So when you do that, you realize that you don't know what might happen in future, because now some parents are regretting, hey, this boy loved football. He used to go and play football, hide, and now see what ACN is taking, see what Asamajan is taking. I thought football.
Yes.
You see, you need to help them. You need to help them to nurture them, their talents. So I feel personally, parents should not try to. Sometimes parents kill kill their spirit, kill your child's dream. But I feel personally they should help nurture them by providing them with what they need and all that, and guiding them.
Right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Anthony Wood, for
you.
joining us on the BA show live on SAMTV.
Yeah, and there's something I want to say. I want to tell everybody listening to me who have discovered your talent. If you want to discover your talent, make sure that you take into consideration what you're trailed at when you were a child, what you don't lose track doing, and then when you discover it, make sure that you practice to make it better, and then you pray, and then you pray, and then try to put it into practice. So yes, so practice and pray.
So in all, do not forget that there is God. Yeah. There is God who is going to help you nurture and also to lead and guide you. Because I know that is God that has kept you through in everything that you are doing.
For sure.
Thank you so much, viewers, for joining us. Kindly make sure you share the scoop on Facebook to be a blessing to your friends, your enemies, your loved ones. Make sure you teach your children. Make them love what they want to do in life. We would like to remind you all, New York, if you're in New York, we have Prophet Samson Amwaten coming straight to New York from the 23rd to the 25th of February 2018. And it is the Prophecology Program 2018, Prophecology. We have Prophet Samson Amwaten coming, Prophet Daniel Amwaten, we have Master Prophet Archbishop Bernard Jordan, and Pastor Deborah Jordan. Make sure you don't Mrs. The venue is the Birthing House Latter Rain at Crown Plaza Hotel, the Times Square. For more enquiries, you can call 888-831-0434. I'll take it again. 888-831-0434. Or you can also visit their website, www.prophecology.com. Make sure that you join us every Wednesday from 11 p.m. to 12 midnight on SAMTV, and the program is The Intercessors. If you have any prayer requests that you want them to pray for you about, you can join them live on SAMTV every Wednesday from 11 p.m. to 12 midnight, The Intercessors Show. Thank you so much for joining us live. Thank you all you viewers who are watching us from all over the world. Thank you, and see you at the same time next week. Always remember that you are too needed to be wasted.
Hi, my lovely people. This is your guy, Minister Sir. Keep watching SAMTV. Your life will never be the same again. Stay blessed.
I go by the name, call me Nazareth, aka Back to the Sender, aka me Breaky, and you're watching SAMTV. You know what it is, yo. Keep it locked and don't change that dial. You are too needed to be wasted.
Yes, Christo, dear own or number one. The name is Pastor Bright Gold Mensa. Keep on watching SAMTV, and your life will never be the same. Bless you.
Madam, was it okay?
Hi, my lovely people. This is your guy, Minister Sir. Keep watching SAMTV. Your life will never be the same again. Stay blessed.
I go by the name, call me Nazareth, aka Back to the Sender, aka me Breaky, and you're watching SAMTV. You know what it is, yo. Keep it locked and don't change that dial. You are too needed to be wasted. Bless you.